Hey, folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to return to the band Beat, which seems to have been a short-lived band that does King Crimson covers, and most of them actually spent time in King Crimson, the latter day, the 80s and beyond version of Crimson. It's Danny Carey's own video. He's the drummer. He's also the drummer for Tool, so those are his credentials. He was playing with them on this tour. And so we'll see a lot of him, and he really is an incredible drummer. Tool really does ask a lot of its players, you know, with the catalog they have. I'm actually not that familiar with Tool. However, I am familiar with the chops of the players in Tool. I have heard a few things and been like, oh, okay, they're serious. They're really quite good. So I look forward to checking this out. And I am familiar with the song that we're going to look at today, too. It's Indiscipline. This was the closing track on side one of the King Crimson album, Discipline, the first one of the 80s, the Red album that started with Elephant Talk. Adrian, do you have any thoughts ahead about the song, King Crimson?
I like the song. I know the song. I just haven't seen it played live before.
What about that album?
I like a lot of that album. I remember when you used to play that.
Yeah.
Pretty often.
It was pretty wild. So we enjoyed the record, so it's kind of a joy now to see these songs getting played. So yeah, the situation with this band is Bill Bruford has retired officially as a drummer. I imagine he still does things here and there once in a while, but he wasn't interested in being on this tour. So they brought in Danny, who by all accounts did an amazing job. So let's go ahead and take a look at what he did here.
do remember one thing. It took hours and hours and hours. And by the time I was done with it, I didn't know what to think. I carried it around with me for days and days, playing little games, like not looking at it for a whole day. And then looking at it to see if I still liked it. I repeat myself and under stress. I repeat myself and under stress. I repeat myself and under stress. I repeat. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I do think it's good. The fact is, no matter how closely I study it, no matter how I take it apart, no matter how I break it down, it remains consistent. Don't you think? All right, I just don't want to be the only one who thinks that. Irish, you here to see it?
Okay, thoughts, Adrian?
Holy cow. I
Yeah,
haven't heard drumming like this in a long time, if ever.
that was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 63 years old, by the way. Bill Bruford retired when he was 65, just to give you a little bit of a reference there. I mean, for a drummer, especially a drummer that plays like that, he's got some years on him, but he sounds sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Yeah. Anybody who can be asked to play instead of Bill Bruford and actually pull it off. I mean, it has to be godlike on the drums.
Yeah, it's tricky, that's for sure. It's a hard act to follow. I think he was right there. He did a great job. So, yeah, for those who don't know, I mean, we've got half the original band of King Crimson in the 80s. We've got Adrian Belew, who was the guy doing the narration. Actually, perfectly, I remembered everything he said from the album, which I haven't listened to in a long time. As soon as he said it, I'm like, oh, yeah. And then we've also got, of course, Tony Levin on the stick, masterful player, and he played with everybody in the 80s and pretty much ever since. He's just incredible. And then Steve Vai, the other guitar player,
Steve Vai.
And Danny Carey. What a group. Really amazing.
Yeah. The song is as good as I remember it, as you said.
Yeah, it makes me want to pull out the album again and play it a few times,
Yeah.
see what I forgot on it. Because it was a solid record. That very first one, when they came back in the 80s, the Discipline record, is, if you ask me, that's the best album that they put out after the original heyday. You can play it right through and play it again, and then play it again, and it works. Well, thanks so much for that suggestion. That came from Francisco. Appreciate that one. I might have to take a look at something else Danny Carey played at some point in the future. Maybe we should check out some Tool sometime. I don't know anything about the band except that they are amazing. That's about it.
I heard some of their songs in the 90s. They're very, very good musicians.
Yeah, that much I know. And, of course, we were just shown that, really.
Yes.
So I wouldn't mind more beat songs either. It seems like those are okay to play, so that's great. Folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? If you learned anything. If you're a drummer, what did you think of that? That old drum cam that we had there to look at and to watch him do everything. Did you notice also the drum tech coming up at one point and tightening everything up front and like moving up one of the drums just a smidge? I guess it had come down a little from its, where it had been set. And he was in the dark, so it was a little tough to see him.
I didn't notice him.
Yeah, that's the idea. You're not supposed to see him. But I was like, I see you. But yeah, amazing. Let's just give a shout out to the crew of every band out there that's working and has to deal with things on the fly during a live performance. So anyway, yeah, that was fantastic. Leave suggestions below if you have them. And thoughts, of course. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. And we will catch you on the next one. All right. Take care, folks.
See you all later.